toxic masculinity.
Meghan and Harry partner with woke Procter and Gamble. So this is, I imagine, to be expected. Oh, the reason I actually wanted to post this was that let me go to YouTube, go to Procter and Gamble. Let's see if they have a. There we go. I saw recently that there was a new woke video from Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble has gone, I think, kind of insane with their wokeness. Like everything is now super, super woke. I don't remember what the video was that I saw. Let's just watch. Oh, this is it. This is it. Widen the screen. I was actually going to do a video about this. This is the most disgusting thing I've seen in a while. Okay, so let me go ahead and read a little bit of this. Oh, you guys getting a sneak peek at the last story there. Okay, so Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced a years-long global partnership with Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble has got to be the most woke company in the world. I mean, they're the ones that produce Gillette, and and they lost billions of dollars because of their woke Gillette campaign, and yet they're doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down on this woke crap. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced a new years-long global partnership Tuesday with Procter & Gamble. The news was shared through a press release on the Archwell Foundation's website. Let's see here. Based on shared values, the partnership will focus on gender equality, more inclusive online spaces, and resilience and impact through sports. Oh, well, they said sport. In the UK, sports, the plural is just sport. There's no S. Weird, right? The press release said it will build on joint aspirations most recently demonstrated by our work together in support of Global Citizens Vax Live, the concert to reunite the world, an event that inspired vaccine confidence worldwide and mobilized more than 300 million, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Oh, Valeria said that's him. Okay, so she is working with The Weeknd. Very good. Oh, cool. The Weeknd is very popular. I mean, I like his stuff. It's fine. I'm not a huge fan, but... All right, well, let's have a look at this. So, a couple of woke celebrities are working with woke Procter & Gamble. Not huge news, but the reason I wanted to show that is because I wanted to show you guys this video, which I find incredibly annoying. So I'm just going to play it for you.
If you think you know what happens next, ask yourself why. These are the black stories we've been shown. A narrow view that limits our understanding. But there's so much more to see. The full picture of black life. Let's widen the screen so we can widen our view.
All right, so that is a Procter and Gamble ad. Super woke ad, and I'm gonna probably do a video on this for my other stuff for Mr. Reagan. But why did I want to show that? To me, this ad is incredibly weird. It's racist. It's kind of it's offensive, I think, to both black people and white people. And what they're obviously trying to say here is that basically white people think that black people are all criminals and horrible people, and therefore you are all bad because your expectations are bad. Now, what do they show, right? They show a guy in a kind of, in like chains, in a sort of like a gangbanger looking car. And you think, okay, well, what is he doing? Who knows what he's doing? You know what's weird? When I first saw this ad, I literally had no idea what that, because that guy doesn't really look like a gangbanger. He just looks like he's in a car that like maybe gang members might drive. But he didn't look like a gangbanger to me, so I had no idea what to expect from that guy. The kids that were shopping at the convenience store kept looking around suspiciously. That's the reason why they look suspicious. It's not because they're black. It's because they're going like this all the time. Right? That's why they look suspicious. It's not because they're black, okay? You obviously film them looking around suspiciously, like they're checking out, making sure they're not going to get caught doing something. Yeah, so if you're going to film a bunch of kids looking around concerned that they're going to get caught, yeah, you think of course you're going to look at them suspiciously. It's not because they're black. But then what do they do? What do they do? They have all these reveals, right? They have all these reveals. Basically like, look, black people aren't criminals. Black people are good. Look, when this guy that you think is a gangbanger's rolling down the street, what's he really doing? He's going to see his mom. Look, what a great guy he is. And when these kids are looking around suspiciously at the convenience store, what do? They're actually going to pay for their stuff. Like, look how awesome they are. They're actually paying for their stuff. They're not stealing anything. I bet you thought they were going to steal, but they didn't steal. And then the craziest one to me is the pregnant woman with her kids going to the bus stop, right? They show a bus stop. They show the woman coming up to the bus stop, and she's pregnant. She's got a couple of kids, and she doesn't look very happy. And then her husband comes and picks them up and gives one of the kids a hug and everything, and puts them in the minivan and drives off. And it's like, look, I bet you thought this was a single mother, but actually her black husband didn't leave her. And in fact, he didn't abandon his kids. And actually, yeah, this guy is a good father. And I bet you thought that wasn't true, did you? But it's true. And the weird thing about that was it never occurred to me that her husband had left her or anything like that until I got the reveal and I realized what they were trying to say there. Right? But I mean, that commercial is so flippin' weird. It's like they play on all these black stereotypes, negative black stereotypes, and they try to make the case that, oh, I bet you're going to believe that this is what's going on here. I bet you think black people are bad, but actually black people aren't bad. It's a completely pointless video. Some black people are bad, Procter and Gamble. Some black people are bad. Okay, some black fathers do abandon their families. Some black kids do shoplift. Some black people are gangbangers. That's just true. Sorry, that's reality. And for all your like stupid like clever short films or whatever, it's not going to change that. The perspective of white people is not that every single pregnant black woman walking around with two kids is a single mother. White people do not see every single young black teen in a convenience store and think they're a shoplifter. We don't see every single black guy driving around in, I don't know what kind of car that was, and we think gangbanger. I mean, we just don't. White people just don't perceive black people that way. And this is a perfect example of what I was talking about with the Childish Gambino stuff, the Donald Glover's, what he was saying, right? Obviously, Procter & Gamble are more interested in virtue signaling in this commercial than they are in actually selling their products, because they don't even show any products in the commercial. They just like Black people are good people. That's the whole message of the commercial. And not only is it not a compelling commercial in the way that they want it to be, it doesn't even resonate as remotely true to the people that it's supposed to resonate with, right? So you remember the Gillette commercial where they're basically saying men aren't very good people and women are need to be respected more, and men are pigs and men are horrible, and toxic masculinity and all that stuff. This commercial is the same thing, but with about race, right? They're like white people are bad because they perceive black people as bad, and they should be ashamed of themselves and realize that black people are actually very good people, and shame on you for thinking the things that you just thought. Well, don't make a movie about a bunch of kids, on the lookout, when they're grabbing a bunch of products off the shelf, whether they're white or black. You're going to look at those kids sneaking around, and you're going to think that they're probably going to shoplift. It has nothing to do with their race. And this idea that we see a woman pregnant walking down the street with her kids, you think that we just expect they're all going to be single and none of them are going to have husbands? I mean, I don't think that. I mean, maybe some people do. I certainly didn't think that. Hey, buddy. Aston didn't think it either. And the idea that guy, because of the kind of car he drove and the kind of chains that he was wearing, that somehow we think he's a gangbanger or something. I'm not really sure what they were getting at with that guy, actually. Or what they thought we were supposed to think about him. That's my guess. That's my best guess. But yeah, I didn't think anything negative about him. I didn't think negative about the woman. The kids, I had no idea what was going to happen with that. But yeah, they did try to make them look sneaky. What was really weird is that they made the guy who was running the convenience store like this the whole time, and then at the end he was like, as if they're all like, these are just neighborhood kids. I totally, I've seen them day after day for years, and I love those kids. And well, why were you looking all like suspicious at first then, huh? Yeah, it's weird. I think that the people who wrote that ad and were trying to produce that ad thought that they were doing something very clever, but yeah, it's painful. It's painful to watch. It's that's what you get with like thinking about woke things, like thinking, okay, we got to push this woke agenda. You ended up with crappy products. But anyway, so that is the company that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have decided to sign a contract with, and they're now going to work with. Of course they are. Of course they are. All right, that's some short news. Let's move on to the next story, shall we? This is the last story of the day, and this is a good one. Chelsea Clinton calls for a crackdown on anti-vax social media posts. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. All right. You gotta go somewhere. All right, you guys want to just hang out with Aston for a little bit? He can hang out with you guys. Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.